everyone. Good afternoon. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. If you live here on top of the mountain like I do, you're looking at a glorious sea of color. Good to see everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today it is time for The Daily Dish. This is our show. We put vibrancy back into your life, mind, body, heart, and soul. I love that. Do you love that? Hi, Catherine. Hi, everyone who's coming on in. Are you sharing these videos? Are you telling your friends about it? I sure hope so. Hi, Doris. Good to see you. Today is Tuesday's tip, and we got a good one for you. I see you, Jackie, and I see all of you walking in here. Dawn, hello. Jennifer, hello. Yeah, you know what? We all have an opportunity today to kind of rewind things a little bit and to take a chill pill, if you will, and just take a look at what it is that we're trying to accomplish on this day. I'll tell you, for me, Tuesday's always kind of a letdown after Monday. Isn't that crazy? Because I love me some Monday. I just think Mondays are like New Year's Day every time. But not quite, not quite. Oh, good, Lizzie's here, good to see you. I'm seeing all of you who walk in. Lucy, delightful to see you. Thank you again for how much you support and take care of our little community. You do, and I think it's really pretty spectacular. Our quote of the week is really a good one. Don't leave your longing. The reason I love this one so much is because we all have a tendency to put ourselves on the very far back burner. Sometimes we don't even make it to the burner. Have you noticed that? It's really sad, but the truth of the matter is that when our longings go unattended, the rest of us does too. We end up losing. So let's make sure that we put ourselves on the front burners sometimes, you know, because you deserve to be there. That's what it's all about. We have so many things coming up, and I am just delighted that you're here. Very delighted that you're here. And I'm glad too to tell you that we still have very little, but we do have our Get Lean CLA. This is our supplement of the week. This is amazing. This stuff has research studies that show that taking it on a regular basis helps to diminish belly fat and thigh fat. And they had me at thigh fat. I'm sorry, but come on. Can you imagine? What if you actually took care of your diet at the same time? Well, Get Lean has all the stuff. Emily says she's sipping on the mix. I got my mix right here. Yep, sipping on the mix. So if you put 3 Get Lean in your cart, we will put the 4th one in for you free, and we'll ship it free as long as you live here in the US. Put ships free in the promo window. Doesn't that feel good? I think so. And of course, I have to show you, and I'm just not really good. I have to perfect my QVC thing. That's our skincare. It is so wonderful. We've already got people emailing us and telling us how wonderful the skincare is. It really is nice. It's lovely. It feels luscious on your skin. This is skin nutrition on the outside. Yay! So those of you who've gotten it, you know, it feels so good. It feels so good, and you will love it. You will love what it does for your skin. I will also say to you that you will, if you take care of your insides with all that collagen and start taking care of the outside with this good skincare, your skin is going to be amazing. That's what I get excited about. It's very easy to please. So anyway, sorry, your savings on the supplement, how can I forget, is a huge. And if you go to savingdinner.com/show, you'll get all the mind-boggling information. It's all there. And you will be able to take care of that and get your supplements ordered. I strongly suggest you take care. When we have supplements of the week, that's how you should be buying your supplements, because you can stock up. We rotate through them so often. You can get stocked up and you can save big time. That's how we roll here. The other thing is, besides the skincare trio, which you can see at savingdinner.com/trio, If you buy over $200 worth of goodies, you can do that. We will send you a Pinkies Up cup. This is our call to action. This is our call to being that rising tide for all your sisters here. We are a community, and we don't mince words. We welcome everyone in, but we also have very high standards and expectations that you are going to help others along the way. This is what we do. And it's pretty cool. I mean, ask anybody who's here. We have our immunity webinar is coming on Thursday. I want everyone to know about this. You can go to savingdinner.com/immunity to get signed up. Your immune system is more than just vitamin C. Vitamin C is important, but getting your immune system boosted and making sure that you are not a host for a virus is critical. It's absolutely imperative. I hope you'll show up. It's savingdinner.com/immunity. Grab your seat. It's free. When you go there, it's going to be on Crowdcaster, I think. I don't know. I think I know everything, but do I? Do I? No. Ask anybody. So today we're going to be talking. Ask my team, they'll say, nah, she doesn't. Today we're going to be talking about our pain. Anybody ever have any pain in their lives? Physical, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, whatever? Who's suffered from pain before? I'll tell you, I have. I've suffered from some crucial, critical, awful, necessary pain. You know what? But we all suffer from pain of some sort. And this is what we're going to talk about today. Perspective and pain. They go hand in hand, folks. How do you like that? Pain. Oh, yay. Give me some of that. Give me some pain. No. But first of all, we have to come to the place of understanding of where we are in our lives, what we see in our world, what we have in our world, is all based on what we see. It's our perspective. I have a friend, George, who sent me an email this morning, and it was just so good. I had to share it with you. And George Bryant, if anybody of you know him, he wrote a paleo book many years ago. And smart guy, he's a former Marine and what have you. And he has a very, let's see, what's the word I'm looking for? He's a very strong personality, which is fine. I mean, I have a strong personality. I get it. But one of the things that he said is, everybody has a different perspective. If you are looking at a big, beautiful field, what do you see? Well, if you're an artist, you're going to see all the color. You're going to see the shadow and the light. You're going to see all kinds of things if you're an artist. Now, if you're a hunter, you're going to see habitats from where those wild animals hang out. You're going to see all kinds of things from a hunter's perspective. If you're a farmer, you're going to look at that field and say, that's good soil. That would make a good place to put some crops. You're going to see that. If you're a geologist, you're going to see the rocks and the fossils. You're going to see all different kinds of things, because our perspective is always subject to the way we see things based on what we believe, what we know, what we have been exposed to. And does that mean you're always right? It just means you're also and right, right? Because is the perspective of the farmer and the geologist wrong? Is it? No, he's looking at it with different eyes. And we see things with different eyes. Ask anybody who's ever had Thanksgiving dinner at their house, and you have your crazy uncle who, is not afraid to share his political and religious views at your dinner table, then you know all about what I'm talking about. We all have that perspective. We all have that bent. We all have our place from which we see things. But we're all looking at the same thing, is the interesting part. We're all looking at the same thing. So what determines then the success or the failure of all of this? That's the question you need to be asking yourself. And so when I look at this and I think about, you know, for example, the Hot Melt Sprint, how many times have we done the Hot Melt Sprint? Good grief, we've done it since July of 2019, I think, or August of 2019. And what happens in that sprint? For some people, it is the exact perspective they need to be standing in that place, seeing that plan, and just taking it on and moving with it. And I have seen this repeatedly. I see Joanne, I see Lizzie and Sarah, I see Catherine. I see people talking about getting off their medications and losing 25 pounds and, you know, or losing 20 pounds in 25 days, whatever. I see all of these things happen. Why did it happen for them, but it didn't happen for others? Their perspective was the same, wasn't it? They had the same plan as you did. They had the same everything. What was different about it? That's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to also talk about how your perspective will serve as your passion, or it will serve as your poison. Because here's the thing you have to know, is that the way you see things is the way you see things. If you'd make a determination, oh, that's just a bunch of garbage, I'm not going to do that. You're asking me to drink my coffee black, I'm not going to do that. When you have a perspective that says, I will not be teachable, I already know this is a bunch of garbage, where's my fill in the blank, I need my cheese, whatever it is, your perspective shifts out of the same perspective that everybody else started with. You might have the same printed out plan in your hand, but your ideas of what's what about this plan ends up being your poison. Versus looking at it and saying, you know what, this makes sense. You know what, I'm gonna give this a try. You know what, I'm open to trying this out. You know what, just imagine if in 7 days something really great happens. That's the difference. And the passion gets switched on by the action. You can't have passion and just sit there, be burning with passion. You got to do something with it. That passion will just burn you up. You know, it's like the burning bush, except you don't have the same God-like abilities to just let that bush burn without burning up. So let your perspective serve you rather than bind you. Let your perspective serve the things that you want in your life instead of hold you back. When we come to the table, so to speak, with this closed arm, closed mouth, furrowing brow, we don't give ourselves an opportunity to learn a thing. We don't give ourselves an opportunity to see if maybe this is a good fit. We've just already determined it's not going to work. It's like going into a shoe store, seeing a pair of shoes and saying, yeah, those will never fit my feet. I know, I just know what those are like. And had you sat down for a minute, put them on your feet, you would have discovered they were the most incredibly comfortable shoes on the planet. But instead you dismissed them. Dismiss, dismiss, dismiss. And when our perspective is one of dismissiveness, our perspective is one of never getting around to it. We don't pursue excellence, we pursue perfection. And that's the problem, because perfection does not exist on this side of glory. You know the other thing we have to look at? We become happy when we understand that it's just a matter of choosing our pain. You heard me? It's just a matter of choosing our pain, because we have either the pain of regret or the pain of following through. And you know, it's painful. It's painful to get on that bike and sweat it out and hear me cursing and just saying, I hate this, blah. Ask Mark. It's painful. But it's also painful to have the pain of regret. There are two types of pain. That's what happiness is based on, really? Totally. You know, when you have a baby, I don't know of anybody who's had a painless birth. I'm sure that happens, but I don't know of anyone. And all I can say is that we choose some pain. Whether we even default to no choice, that does become pain. I think that's an even heavier burden to carry, because we didn't do anything about anything. We just sat there, stunned, you know, and watched our life march by in front of us. You know, if our lives are a parade and we're sitting on the sidelines standing next to a fire hydrant, we're not doing much of anything. We're holding up the curb maybe, but we're not participating in our own lives when we don't make decisions. Because a decision is a choice. And if we don't make choices in our lives, somebody's going to make them for you. You can't get out of making decisions. We have to be decision makers. So we have the pain of regret. We have the pain of following through when we don't want to. Which one are you going to choose? That is a legitimate question. You got to ask yourself that. And when we put it in black and white like that, and we can do even the pro-con list, I've told you about that before. On one side, put regret. On the other side, put the pain of following through. And then write it all down and take a look in stark terms, black and white. What does that look like? How does that feel? Are you willing to put in the pain to get the result? Because your results don't come from wishful thinking, do they? Your results come from sweat in the gym or sweat at home on the bike or whatever it is. Your results come from doing something about the thing that you're thinking about. You can't divorce yourself from that. This is part and parcel of who we are. Elizabeth is absolutely right. She says there is no growth in comfort. There is no growth in comfort. The only growth is in your back end. Am I right? Netflix and snacks, there's comfort. Has that ever worked for anyone? Absolutely not. So here we are. We get to choose our pain. We get to choose our pain. And I will tell you this, the pain of regret is huge and heavy and ugly. The pain of regret hangs over our head, whereas the pain of following through has a reward system all on its own. All on its own. Think about that for a minute. When you have something that has momentary pain and then it's gone, and then the result is that you followed through and you did it, you've got the self-satisfaction of saying, it's done. I did it. Because you can't wish it into existence. You can't goal it into existence. You can't vision it into existence, write affirmations about it or intentions about it into existence without the action behind it. Without the action behind it, it is just wishful thinking. And wishful thinking is a huge waste of time. The if-onlys have got to go. If-only doesn't do anything except put you in a little corner feeling crappy. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't want to do that. I've done it to myself. I've seen how other people feel about this. I've seen them do this to themselves as well. But the thing is, we have to do the work, and you pay with pain. You do. But the pain of going through and doing it anyway looks like this. The pain of regret lands on your back like a huge burden to take with you. So you could spend your life avoiding it all as long as you want to. You can say, I'm going to avoid this pain. I don't want to do this. I'm not going to make that decision or whatever. But it's all going to come rolling on back to you because there is never a place in your life where you get to not make a choice and not reap the reward of that choice. And it might not be a reward. It might be a big fat consequence because a non-decision, a non-choice always means that someone else is choosing for you. Do you want that? Do you want to hand over the reins of your life to someone? Are they going to do a good job with it, or are you going to do a better job with it? Do you know what you want out of your life? Are you willing to just determine that I'm just going to stand here by this field, look out and say, I don't know, it's a field? Or are you an artist? Are you a farmer? Are you a botanist and you see the wild flowers in there? Who are you? And whatever you are is what is going to determine your perspective. We all look at things differently. We all have a different vision. And the Bible tells us without a vision, the people perish. And we know that's true because visions show us the way. Visions give us an opportunity to see where we fit into the world. And we all have a vision. We all have an opportunity to make that determination as we sit in the fields of our life, determining a path on the way down. We just need to know there's going to be some pain involved. Just a little bit. Just a little bit if we choose the harder thing. Isn't that interesting? The harder thing is the least painful thing. That's what it is. And that's the thing that we need to go. We can't just love the result. You got to love the process too. That's one of the biggest things that I have learned along the way. You got to love the process too. When you can love the process and understand that the process is molding you, it's creating you, it's making you the woman that you want to be. It is making you the woman who is going up and above and beyond what you have normally done. That's when things start to shift. That's when things start to change, because we understand that if we love the process, we are going to get the reward. And the reward does not ever, ever come without the struggle. The struggle may be real, but it doesn't mean we have to get on the struggle bus and stay there. It means we need to recognize that the struggle is part of the process. The struggle is part of the pain. The struggle is part of the remolding of you. Who you want to be, that person out there, that vision that you have for yourself, is all of you. It's your heart, mind, body, and soul. You can't divorce yourself from one part of you. It has to be the whole of you. The whole of you is who counts. You are a soul living in a human body. That's it. You are a soul living in a human body. And all we're doing is fixing the vehicle so it can take you through this life. So it can take you to the places that you want to go. You'll pay with a little pain, but you're going to also get the reward of a better life, a better way of thinking, a richer, more substantial life, and actually develop a passion and a purpose and a mission in this life. That's what happens when you're full in. You recognize the pain, but you don't shrink from it. Instead, you embrace it, and you know that it is for your own good. It's for your own perspective. It is for your own life. Do you see that? Do you feel that? I just want you to remember this, that your perspective will either serve as your passion or it will serve as your poison. What you think about, you bring about. What you focus on expands. And you have the opportunity and the ability at any turn to flip it all on its side if it's not serving you. Stop what you're doing. Yesterday I told you, stop, drop, and roll as if you're on fire. If you need to do that now, then do it. Use your journal. Talk to your body clutter buddy and become the woman that you're destined to become, because you're not afraid to shrink back. You're not afraid of the pain, and you don't want the regret in your life. You don't want the pain of regret. That's it. That's all I have for you. But that was a big deal for me, but just because what I recognized and thought about was that there is no getting out of pain. It's part of our life, But the pain of regret is so much greater than the momentary pain. Oh, I don't want to do it. And I just invite you to the place of the little bit of pain. The little bit of pain is going to completely change your life. Thanks for joining me. I love it. I love you guys showing up, and I just so appreciate you. I have for you, by the way, you sharers, please share this publicly. Say something about it. It's just everything. I've got this one last little package of Ava Jane goodies, the caramelized cacao, the sea salt, and those Los Muertos barbecue. I'm telling you, the stuff's on fire. If you would like to share this and say a little something about it, we are looking to see who shares. Bringing our folks into our community is a big deal to us, and we treat everyone who comes into these doors with love, kindness, and we greet them. So share this publicly, and let's see who wins this goodie bag, shall we? Peace be with you. Thanks so much. And don't forget about Thursday. Get signed up for the immunity thing at savingdinner.com/immunity. I'll see you Thursday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Love you. Peace. Peace.